Hello everyone. I'm going to tell you about my latest Flash game, Red Ball 4, which I published last year. And before I'm going to tell you about the game, let's see a little gameplay video. If you don't play, you will get what is the game about. Thank you. Yeah, sorry for these delays. I'm going to tell you how I came to the original idea of Red Ball and my progress from Red Ball 1 to Red Ball 4 and my future plans. But let me start from the beginning. The thing is, my educational background is in programming, but I didn't work as a programmer after I finished university. I sales concrete mixers. It was pretty boring, but one day I was at work at my friend sent me a link where one guy shared his experience of how he makes money on Flash games, and I was really surprised because I thought it could be to make games, it could be achieved with a big team, but I was really surprised. And that day I bought this book about ActionScript 3, and it took me 2 weeks to learn ActionScript, and then I make my first two puzzles games. They were very pretty simple. I draw all graphics by myself, and I get a lot of experience in ActionScript and communication with sponsors, but not a lot of money. And looking through different tutorials on internet, one lucky day I found tutorial about platform basics using physics engine box 2D, and it was a red box, not ball, and you could control this red box and interact with other objects. And I started playing with it, adding different objects and obstacles. And one day I found that it's hard to control box body, as I changed it, as you could guess, to a ball body. So thus it was creating of Red Ball game in the spring of 2009. And as you could guess, I draw graphics by myself, and my wife found a musical soundtrack for the game. So after about 3 months, we released the game and get a good offer from King.com. And I decided to make a sequel. So it was Red Ball 2. Graphics for this game I draw by myself as well. After it was Red Ball 3. So in this game I hired art designer, so the graphics looks much better. And then finally in the end of last year I make Red Ball 4. I always try to improve during these 4 years. I'm making only games about Red Ball. and I always trying to improve everything in the game, graphics, as I said, and sound and user interface. But the main focus I do on game and level design, and I am going to share some sources of inspiration for my levels. For example, I like very much this Flash game, Fireboy and Water Girl, and all the buttons and all the levers in this game are physical, so it doesn't switch when you just touch them, but they interact physically with the characters. So I came to the idea of physical levers in Red Ball 3, inspired of this game. I also like another game, Lily's Quest 2. It's a very funny game, and here you see cylinder enemies which can do, tries to do ram attack of your character, and I came to ram black boxes which wants to ram you too. Also, I am inspired of my everyday life. For example, I go with my wife to Egypt and visit the pyramids, and I came with the idea of pyramids level in Red Ball 3. RC helicopter was presented to me on one of my birthdays, and then I came to the idea, playing after time, I came to the idea of a level with helicopter. Also, I like very much iPhone games, for example, Doodle Jump, and this is my level parody in Red Ball 3. I'm not sure if you know, guys, the Algorithm Physics editor. It's a very cool thing to create some physical things. For example, in this physical editor, it's very easy to create gears, and I use it in Red Ball 4. Also, Wikipedia articles about different mechanisms inspired me a lot of. Now I want to tell you quickly how I create levels. Each level came through different stages. First stage, I use a pencil and sketchbook, and it takes me a half of time of game development process. I found it's really cool because I can do it wherever I'm situated. I could do it in when I travel, or not at home, at street, at cafe. And then I took all these physics puzzles and combined them in a Flash. It's became a background layer for my level, and then I create physics for the level. Some things could be changed on this step, because the level goes through a lot of tests, gameplay tests. And then I send it to my designer and get final result, a final level with nice graphics. I want to tell you that it's very important to make sequels, because both players and sponsors know your games, and players want to play it and sponsors want to buy it. And for example, Red Ball 3 doubled the result of Red Ball 2 when he reached 60 million gameplays in the first year after launch. For example, Red Ball 4 gets 12 times more profit than Red Ball. So what's next? Of course, I am not going to stop, and I'm going to continue creating games about Red Ball. And right now, I'm creating Volume 2. Okay. Volume 2 of Red Ball 4, and this is one tip from me that you could not create the game from the beginning and waste a lot of time, but you can create just new levels for your game engine and make a new game. So you save a lot of time. Thank you. If you have any questions, you could find me in a past time. Thank you.